Good morning, my friends, and welcome to this special time together as we explore religious science in depth on Wednesday night. Someone was asking, how do I treat to get what I ought to want, which is a good subject to explore, especially in this time of where we are being restricted as far as our going out into the world. There is an answer to the going out into the world, and as we know there is an answer, let's prepare ourselves for it and look at what we want. There's an old Buddhist statement saying, may you get what you want, and may it be what you want when you get it. So let's think about this. There is a great lesson in the wisdom of Edgar S. Brightman. Edgar S. Brightman said this, and listen to the wisdom behind this. The practical man is the man who knows how to get what he wants. The philosopher is the man who knows what he ought to want. The ideal man is the man who knows how to get what he ought to want. Now, I like that. How to get what you ought to want. How to do what? How do we let ourselves be the ideal person? How do we let our ideal become our idea? See, that's where a lot of people start. They have ideals, but they hang on to farmer ideas who get in the way of the ideal giving birth to itself. So we need to let our ideals become our ideas. And to do what? To demonstrate. To demonstrate what? To demonstrate everything that fulfills our highest concept of greater good. So what's your concept of greater good? Are you willing in this time of restriction as far as our outer experiences go because of the virus, and we're all staying indoors and staying away from it, wearing our mask, washing our hands, treating if you're a New Thought person, praying if you're any other religion. So how do we become more than just a student? Dr. Holmes says there's too much theory and too little practice in the textbook. One of the first things he warns us about, don't just let this become a theory. Find out how it works as you. So, how do we become more than a student of a divine principle and become a discipline of divine principle? See, there's a difference. See, if we become a disciplined in divine principle, what we're going to be is a disciple of divine principle. Jesus said, follow me. He didn't say worship me. To think as he thought. In Dr. Holmes' last book that he wrote, The Voice Celestial, I love the part where he points out that it is wonderful that the great, the good, the wise knew what they knew. He said, it's not enough for me to know that they knew it. What I need to know is what I can know myself. And you need to know that too, my friends. Now, how do we do it? First step is the acceptance that God, infinite mind, is the everywhere present principle of life. The principle which lives and moves and has its being as us, as you and me, as everybody. It is the good that works in, through, and for itself as us. As it states in the Bible, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So the spiritual truth of you is the spiritual truth of everyone. The life we live is the life of God, unfolding in and as our experience. Now let's go to the second step. The second step can be defined as a divine or positive perseverance. How's that? This is the moment by moment, day by day appreciation of the divine presence unfolding as our event. It is discovering courage, comfort, joy. Where? Within. Within. And then do what? And then letting it become your event. Let it come forth as full consciousness. You see, as our perceptions widen in a positive way, our understanding, opinions, and ideas change for the better. We know what God is here and now. What God is here and now. It's here and now, ready to do whatever we let go and let it do. And whatever we need to know is no longer unknown when we demand to know it. We are prepared to surrender to health, surrender to happiness, surrender to harmony, surrender to abundance, surrender to answers instead of problems. We're smart enough and wise enough to do what? Turn ourselves into an observation experience in the mind of God that learns from the adventure of being who we are. As we move through this third step, we truly cease our interest and curiosity in the negative. Our limited estimation of ourself becomes a new level of power within our own experience. All of a sudden, the limited explanation of ourself disappears, and we begin to advance our understanding of the greatness of ourself, the magnificence of ourself. We find ourselves realizing the negatives in our world begin to fade. Our curious mind delights in knowing that it has now the possibility of knowing things it never knew before, understand things it never understood before. We awaken to our divine power. We get our successful ambition in gear and soar in our contemplation of the essence of knowledge and the experience called from within. It's called wisdom. You have more than you think you have. You're greater than you think you are. You have more power than you think you have. You can be happier than you think you can be. And you can love more and receive more by giving more. You see, my friends, we are each intelligence, life, and love concentrated into one drop of precious truth. precious truth in the whole stream of life. It's everything we are. When we know that the mind that thinks, the power that knows, the intelligence that creates, and the wisdom that directs is the vibrant life of our being, we know how to get what we ought to want. Let it be your way. Thank you for sharing part of your Wednesday with me. I love you guys. So it is. Let it be your way. And now, my friends, since we don't have a real basket to ask for a love offering, I'm going to pass the metaphysical basket and ask you for your support with love. We honor everything you can send to us, and we appreciate your support and your love. Whether it's $1 or $1 million, we accept all of it. Katrina will put our address up and how to reach us and share a love offering with us, and know that every single one of you are in our treatment daily. Thank you again for sharing this time with me tonight. And now let's go within and know there is one life. It's God. It is our life. We honor today, and we honor the motion of the power of greater good that knows what to do, how to do it, and is now operating in every cell of our body, every fiber of our being as one life, which is God, which is health, which is now, which is God, which is abundance, which is now, which is God, which is love, which is now. We give thanks that this consciousness now produces something wonderful in our life, and we look forward to its visibility, and the whole world sees it.